behind me, it's a Leaning Tower or Leaning Pagoda of China. So today's mission is get around and have a look at all these places and find out all the sightseeing place here. Alright, cheers guys, let's go. You look at this Leaning Pagoda from the bottom. It's quite fabulous actually. You do see the height of this building, which gives you a impressive imagination about how awesome this ancient building is. You do have an option to get around this park or this hill by take a wagon behind me. Like you do see like 2 wagons, horses, and it will cost you 15 RMB to 30 RMB. So if you pay 15 RMB for one adult, then you get like a relatively smaller circle. But if you do pay like 30 RMB, then they will take you all around this area and hit the different sightseeing spots. So it's quite awesome. It's a good option if you want to save the energy. So these are the yelling aunties and uncles, not just auntie, speaking loudly. A little bit history here. I have to read the script for you. It's quite interesting here. So this is called the room leading to reclusion, and colloquially called temple of repudiating of a debt. So it used to be the old location of a well-known person who is called Yin He Jing of Song Dynasty. So it's quite a long time ago. In the years of Emperor Jia Qing of Qing Dynasty, the building was again rebuilt and renamed as the Temple of the Monsters. So in those old times, whenever it came to the New Year's Eve according to the Chinese lunar calendar, and the poor people would come and hide in here to escape the debt they won't be able to pay actually. So this is quite interesting, and that's why it was called the Temple of repudiating of the debt. So yeah, even to these days. So yeah, quite interesting, right? Halfway of climbing these walls. As you can see now, I'm in the middle of it, and most likely this is I think this is the defensive building or defensive wall to protect the pagoda. a little bit history here. If you're getting closer, you do have to see the leaning degree. It's quite obvious. It's almost like 15 degrees leaning from the bottom to the top. So I got this history that shared to you guys, and this pagoda name is the HuQiu Pagoda. It is literally means the Tiger Hill Pagoda, and it was built in the year 959, so it is almost like 1,200 years old. As a Buddhist pagoda, and it is a 7-story brick building designed in wooden structure, and also the earliest octagon-shaped pagoda now known to be existed in the year 1961, and this landmark in Suzhou section of the Grand Canal was enlisted as the major cultural heritage protected in the national level. So it is a UNESCO landmark of Suzhou. This one, I do really love it because I haven't been to Italy to see the Pisa Leaning Tower, and but from the back, maybe it's difficult for you guys to find out the leaning degree because too many trees. But anyway, so here this is the one mission that I accomplished. This might be a better spot to see or to observe the pagoda, but you barely see the leaning degrees. Just find this place, and this is called Di Shanquan, and I think it is supposed to be a fountain, but I think now it is just dry up, and you do see a small pool up there, but you don't see the fountain or the waterfall. Yeah, so anyway, but this is a quite a cool place. Like you got pavilions and Chinese characters like carved on the surface of the stone. You do see this little pool. It's actually the water is in green, and it's quite beautiful actually. Yeah, so this is the sign of the fountain, the third famous spring. So probably you do see another spring or fountain down there. It is called HuQiu Jiangsu. So it is named like the sword fountain or the sword spring. To that bridge that we saw above the sword pond. It's called sword pond, which I see this is a little pool, but they do like talking about the history of this sword pond, and I'm gonna cross this bridge, and we will see that the pond is actually like a narrow, some kind of narrow pond that if you cross here, and you do see like this very strange carve the hairs of this place. So why it's called the sword pond? Because of the shape, and in the legend there are like two kings who were buried and they set up some kind of trap to protect this place with thousands of the swords that buried here. And this is the legend of the history here. But what we are able to see is this sword look like horns and this strange like hail stones. Suzhou is a place that you do see the history, and you do see the preserve of the history, and you do see a lot of spectacular sceneries of this place. And it is called the Thousand People's Rock, and it has almost another 1,000 years of history, and this vast piece of land. And see, these rocks are unusual. And really unusual, actually. It is a manifest and cut it by someone, and someone built a pole, like a stone pole, on top of it. See a whole wall of Buddhas and carved on the wall, and people like tribute these fruits to the Buddha. And yeah, really good, awesome. In the most of the case, I shouldn't take a picture or take a video footage in front of the Buddha, but I do this for you guys. Cheers. The Leaning Tower of China in Suzhou, the HuQiu Pagoda trip is finished, so now I'm heading to another spot. Probably it take almost 15 minutes to get there.